Hi guys, I've got some Far Cry news that I want to talk about. This isn't a daily ding, this is just one of my random discussion videos. Have Ubisoft finally done something good, or is this just a ruse? Is this just kind of a distraction because the game's so fucking awful that they've put all this together? But anyway, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Oh, by the way, there's a new story trailer out for Far Cry 5, which kind of gives a nod to David Koresh, if I'm not mistaken, but that's what it kind of looks like. I'll play that in the background while I'm rambling on. I'll just keep looping that, or I might throw up, I don't know, some kitten pictures or something. I don't know. I'll think about that when I come to edit. Here's the deal, right? Far Cry 5, which you know releases 27th of March, I believe. There's a season pass. We all hate season passes unless we're conservatives. I nearly said it. We all hate season passes. Well, we should hate season passes because a season pass is just kind of like a ticket that you pay for the rest of your fucking game. That's what a season pass generally is. They make the game, they take 20% of the game away from the initial purchase price, put it into paid DLCs, usually release the first one on day one, and all these little fucking deluded fanboys buy the season pass and go, "Ooh, I've got a season pass," and all you're doing is you're paying for the rest of the fucking game that you should have had when it was initially released. And we all hate, well, most of us hate that. We do. We don't like that. That's just bullshit right there. That's just a way that big publishers have used to get more money for their actual product that they've made. But Ubisoft and Far Cry Fry. Fucking hell, what have I been eating? I only had a Chinese, guys. Bloody hell. Far Cry 5. They seem to be doing it, dare I say, properly, guys, because they've just released what's going to be in their season pass, and what it is 3 separate standalone stories: Dead Living Zombies, Hours of Darkness, and Lost on Mars. Remember when Far Cry 3 came out, we had Blood Dragon, which was a standalone kind of retro, kind of 80s, kind of crazy Terminator style add-on, which was standalone. Nothing to do with Far Cry 3, which was probably the best Far Cry game. Well, Far Cry 1 and 2 were awesome as well. To be honest, I think the Far Cry 3 had the best villain, but I think Far Cry 1 was probably the best ever. It just had so much impact. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, guys, that if you buy the season pass for Far Cry 5, which is included in the Gold Edition, then you get access to 3 standalone episodes that are pretty much totally different to the story of Far Cry 5. Now that means by default that Far Cry 5 is finished. It has to be. The game must be finished, because if it wasn't finished, then you would be getting DLCs with extra chapters and the story continues and, you know, all that bullshit that we've been fed for the past few years. But Far Cry 5 must be finished if these DLCs have nothing to do with Far Cry 5. So that means when you buy Far Cry 5, you are getting, for once, you're getting the whole bloody game. That's interesting. Anyway, the DLCs are the Dead Living Zombies is basically a B-movie where you fight against hordes of horrible zombies. Then Lost on Mars, you leave the Earth behind to battle arachnids on the Martian surface. And I don't know what's wrong with me today. And the Vietnam one, you battle the Viet Cong in Hours of Darkness. We don't know how long any of these are going to be. But not only that, guys, with the season pass, you also get Far Cry 3 remastered if you have a PS4 or an Xbox One. Because remember, Far Cry 3 was out on the shitty Xbox and PlayStation. This is now going to be redone for the PS4 and Xbox One. You also get it for the PC as well, and you get it 4 weeks before it actually launches as a standalone title. I'm not sure what is going to be on the PC, because the graphics on the PC version were good anyway, way better than the Xbox and PlayStation graphics. So I'm not sure how that's gonna go down for PC players. But I have to say, guys, that well done Ubisoft for not slicing up the fucking game. But because you are Ubisoft and I am Mac, Is this because the game blows so bad that you feel that you have to do this? Is this because the game's like 7 hours long or something? Or 10 hours long even? Is it because the game just is a half-assed pile of banter wank? Is it? We don't know. We will find out in March. But if the game is a good game, and it does look a bit meh, but if it's a good game with a lot of attention to detail, a lot of lessons learned from previous Far Cry's, like being able to get rid of your ridiculous fucking HUD without having to turn the difficulty up to where you're fighting Terminators, then, you know, we may be getting somewhere. Get rid of the DRM though, for fuck's sake. So there you go, guys. Could this be one of the first ever season passes that actually has half decent content? We will only know that when we've played the content of the season pass, but there you go. If you are the kind of pre-ordering person, I nearly swore there, who wants to get their hands on Far Cry. See, I don't agree in pre-orders at all. I don't ever agree with pre-orders. But Mac, you've just pre-ordered this. I haven't just pre-ordered the gold edition, Mac, you have. You've got to be honest, you've just pre-ordered the guys. I've just pre-ordered the gold edition. Now I'll tell you why. Before you all just hunt me down. There's a good reason. What's your excuse, eh? He's my excuse. Firstly, I got it on Green Man Gaming for 15% off by using their FEB code, which you can find on their homepage. Secondly, because I used the link in my description, I'm supporting my channel as I did that, so there's another good reason. But to be honest, they're not good reasons at all. There is only one reason I've done it. That's because I've got to review the fucking game. So I need to get that, and I want to have a look at the Far Cry 3 early, so I'll get it a month early before it goes on sale, so I'll be able to see what that's like as well. And I'll have access to the 3 DLCs, which of course, because they're standalone and not just add-ons to the game, I would also be reviewing them anyway. So I'm going to have to buy them, because Ubisoft's not going to give me press copies of it. Ubisoft can't stand me, you know, because I'm honest. So there you go. I'd love to hear what you have to say about these Season Pass add-ons. They could be just shit. They could be like 20 minutes long for all I know. Nobody knows. There's very little information. If I was actually you, I'd probably wait until you've seen what the content's like in these, because, you know, how many times have we been burnt? How many times by these big publishers? So if you want my advice, don't pre-order. It's Ubisoft. It's Ubisoft. What's the catch? What's the catch? You know, what's the catch? There's something wrong, guys. There's something wrong. Far Cry 3 was awesome with Vass. So hey, if you don't have Far Cry 3, then it's probably a good deal for you, because it's a bloody good game. But I don't know. I'm all for reconciliation, and I don't care what they've done in the past. If this is a turnaround by a big AAA company, then hey, well done, Ubisoft. I just don't think it is.